everyone, and welcome back. I'm going to make it super short for the next couple of videos. As you can probably tell, I have really dark under eye circles and I've been kind of roughing it lately. I discussed in previous videos that I've been really sick, and it's just physically, having a little bit of a rough time. So if I gradually look a little bit more worn out as time goes on, that is probably why. I'm still reading all the time. I'm still doing all of my things, but yeah, like physically, I'm just having a little bit of a rough time. So I'll be okay. But yeah, so I might slowly not have makeup on, just give me some grace. Anyways, I read, these are the April months. It's been a little bit, I know it's already May, but this is the past month's books that I read, the physical ones, and let's get to the ratings. First one is the Radcliffe Ladies Reading Club. It's okay. It's more women's fiction than it is romance. I don't know why it's advertised as romance. There is romance subplot in it. I do not think it needed to be as thick as it was. It could have been solidly like this big and still get the point across. Very detail oriented. It was okay. It is by Julie Bryan Thomas. Beautiful cover. Honestly, anything where it's like a reading club or there's books on the cover, I usually grab it. Yeah, this is like 3.5 out of 5. The next one is Mr. Darcy Vampire. This is an oldie but a goodie. I love anything Jane Austen. I loved this book. It was so mysterious, and it takes place after they get married, or like like immediately after they got married, going on the honeymoon, and like the circumstances around why he's so mysterious, why he knows everyone, why everyone knows him everywhere they go. He's got this big secret. He tells her he has a big secret, but he can't tell her what the secret is. It's just crazy and so good. And the ending is not as expected. She has a very hard decision to make, Elizabeth, and she can only make that decision for herself, and it's just beautifully done. Also, it felt like a much shorter book than it actually is. I think it's about 300 pages. Yeah, it's 305. It's 305 pages, and like it feels like it's 110. You get to page 305 and you're like, wait, I want to read this again. I need more information. So this is a solid 4.5 out of 5. The next one is Nobody, Somebody, Anybody by Kelly McClory. It might be McClory or McClory. Not really sure. This is a modern day book about a girl who has a job for the summer. She wants to be an EMT and just like comes up with a placebo program, like an experiment, to get her to build more self-confidence and experience the best summer possible before she goes on to become an EMT. And it's okay. It's very women's fiction, very like coming of age, but college ish. It's not the greatest in the world. It does dive very deeply into like grief and self-loathing and bullying and like others' criticisms and things like that. So it is really good about that, about mental health. Yeah, it's like another 3.5 out of 5. The next one is an oldie but a goodie. It is Utopia by Thomas More. Honestly, I rewatched one of my favorite movies, which is Ever After with Drew Barrymore the other day. And like, I had this on my bookshelf forever. I've read it before, like way back when. Phenomenal book, great classic. But because I was rewatching Ever After, and it's like the last book in the movie that her father gives her before he passes away, I was like, oh, this deserves a reread. And I was not disappointed. It's still a great, phenomenal book. And anyone who is into classics, but also like into dystopian kind of books, this is the opposite of a dystopian. This is like what it would be, like how to get there. Phenomenal. It's great. It's a translation, obviously, and there's afterthought and discussion questions and stuff, and it's just really, really good. That's solid. It's always been a 4 out of 5 for me. Like, solid, great book. Next one. Hold on, it's sticky. Okay, the next one is Spring by Carl Ove. You know what? I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name. I am bad at names. I'm from Louisiana, you guys. It's not a positive for us. We have different like spellings and pronunciations of all sorts of really common things. So for me to try and pronounce this correctly, I would butcher it, and I feel really bad for not knowing this guy's actual name. And I'm assuming it's not scarred and the K is silent, but just in case I'm wrong, I won't try again. Anyway, this is called Spring. He also has the summer, winter, and fall. I think fall is autumn though. And this one is like basically a love letter to becoming a parent and becoming a girl dad. It's really sweet. It's a very good book. It's a mix of like just him in the point of view as a father, but also him as like wanting to be better and how he could be better, while all sorts of other things were going on, things with his wife, things with his other children, things with himself, with his job, and how that entire time how he's taking care of the family. And it's just really, really, it's beautifully written. Yeah, 4 out of 5 for that one. And then I found this book for $5 at Five Below. And I love Reader's Digest, so I'm prefacing that. And this was a compilation book of like all of the tips, the health secrets and tips that they had. This is a fun little like book to have to give to someone who's like super healthy, like diets and does all those kind of things. It wasn't as great as I thought it would. Like, the best tips are actually the ones on the front and back of the book, and everything else inside I already knew, or it was like it's well known anyway. I'll probably regift that, and I'm sorry for anyone who watches this out of my friends who gets this as a gift. It won't be your main gift, I promise. But yeah, like, I don't know, 2.5 out of 5. It's good if you don't know any of these things, but a lot of the things in here are like very well known. So it wasn't like any new news for me, but I do love Reader's Digest, so you know. And then the next one, I am a mental health advocate. Yay, NAMI walks. And I work for NAMI, and I also work for a recovery, addiction, and mental health clinic. And I also work with teenagers for their mental health and leadership. And so I read a lot of books regarding that. And this one I have had for a very long time, because when I was younger, I was told that I am a very sensitive person, or too sensitive, when really I was just empathetic and sympathetic and felt things very fully. I am a Cancer zodiac, you guys. It's my job to feel. Anyway, so I've had this book in a very long time. I reread it about once a year. It's called The Highly Sensitive Person. How to Thrive When the World overwhelms you. And I think even if you're not a super sensitive person, this is a really good book to read. It's really, really like intuitive. It's very educational. It breaks down the different types of sensitive people. It breaks down like different things regarding like how you react to things, why you react that way, how you respond to things, which is definitely different than reactions, and how it not only validates your emotions and your sensitivities, but it also like helps you strengthen those in the right way so that so you don't get overwhelmed, so you don't feel super stressed out. Phenomenal book. Anyone who's interested. The Highly Sensitive Person by Dr. Aaron. This is a very old book. I think it's like 1970s. I think this edition, might be in the 80s. Let's see. This is a 1996 edition, but the original one, the original was in the 1990s, in 1996. For some reason, I thought it was older. Anyway, great book. This is 5 out of 5 stars educationally. I think most people who don't like nonfiction will probably see this as like a 3.5 or a 4 out of 5, but still very educational and very informative. So yeah. And the last physical book that I read, because I read others that were audiobook and advanced reader copies. The last physical book was The American Royals by Catherine McGee. Okay, so this was a fun one. Super nonfiction, super fiction for me. Probably the one that stands out the most out of these, but I usually go for like girly pop books, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with it, obviously, because I love it. I would like to read the other 2 of this series. I think it was okay. I think it was a little too long for my liking. There's a good chunk in here that's phenomenal, and there's a good bit otherwise that's like I could have done without. It follows, I'm gonna read the back. There's the heir, Princess Beatrice. She'll be the next in line for the throne. There's the spare, Princess Samantha. The schemer, Daphne Dighton, and the commoner, Nina Gonzalez. And it surrounds those 4 girls. They're all split in their own point of views, and all of the men that they're connected with. The love stories, but not just the love stories, just like how they're dealing with it. And just like this, the cover tells you, American Royals. Obviously, America doesn't have royals. This book is like, what if George Washington, instead of becoming the first president, became the first king? So there was King George back in Britain, and then there's another new king when we sought independence in 1776. And so this is a trickle down of like modern day of the line to the throne, and Princess Beatrice is the next in line to the Washington throne. And that in its own right is very interesting, kind of confusing at times in storyline, and it really doesn't, in my eyes, make much sense as to why we would have done that if we fought so hard to not be a monarchy, under a monarchy, why we would just separate ourselves and start a new monarchy. But besides that factor, everything else in the book is very good. And I would say like a 4 out of 5. But yeah. And these were all of the physical books I read in this month. I highly suggest, if out of all of them, this one definitely for educational purposes and this one for entertainment purposes. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, instead of American Royals, this one for entertainment purposes. This one was great. And I will see y'all next month. If this video is a little bit shorter than my normal videos, just bear with me. Okay.